If you're in the market for a premium 7-seat SUV, the Audi Q7 will be on your list. Now, if you are searching for a Q7, you need to make sure you get the right spec. The person who spec'd this from factory new has done a very good job. They chose the black edition, but they also added the sliding pan roof, the upgraded 22s, and the very, very important comfort and sound pack. Now, this car has done 33,000 miles. It's powered by the 50 TDI, which in straightforward terms is a 3-litre diesel, but the higher powered one, so it's about 286 brake horsepower this. Quattro 4-wheel drive, and you get boatloads of tech and spec as standard, but those little bits that I've mentioned there are very important when you look at the Q7. The colour is Mythos Black, which suits a black edition very well. So your front end is literally all gloss black. Your badges, your grills surround, you've got the matrix LEDs on the front as well. Now, the upgraded 22s wasn't an expensive option from the factory, but it makes a massive difference to the style. So you've got a slightly fatter arm on the rotor wheels, and it just fills out the wheel a little bit better, gives it a nice style, and again, works well with the black edition. Sliding pan roof was an option. This one has had it chosen. Now, the good thing about the Q7, rare thing, is that you have 3 ISOFIX points across the centre. So if you do have a family with small children and you need ISOFIX chairs and ISOFIX seats, then you can put 3 across the middle row. They are a 7-seater. Now, to get into the back is very easy. You've got fine Nappa leather as well, which again, on the topic of children, it's very easy to maintain, but also looks good at the same time. To get into the back, you literally press that button and then slide it up on an hydraulic as well. Now, the good thing is those 2 seats in the rear, they're also ISOFIX seats as well. So if you're going to be going on family journeys and you need to move around and different people sat in different places, you aren't narrowed down into where you can put a child seat, which is always a good one. Now, another big selling point on a Q7 for me, which is why I bought one, is you have the style. So they're a good looking 7-seater. The last thing you want is a practical car that doesn't really look the best. You don't want to be driving a car that you think's ugly when you look out the window. But the other thing is that if you are using it as a 7-seat, you've still got a good boot space. There's very, very few 7-seaters where you can physically carry stuff with you. Now, the other benefit is that if you pop those seats down, which and you do that electronically as well, you can use them as a 6-seater and a 7-seater. They electronically lock in, so they're far safer than a manual one. But you can use it as a 6, you can use it as a 5 or a 7-seater, and you've got plenty of space in the back, all while driving a good-looking car. The power's pretty important as well. 286 brake horsepower in a car of this size is more than enough, but you also get good fuel economy. The last thing you want to do is spend a boatload of money on buying a new car and then find out it's very expensive to run. The comfort and sound pack gives you everything else just to finish off a really nice spec. So Bang & Olufsen sound system, 360 camera, ambient lighting package. Those front seats are heated as standard. A very comfortable seat, but still give you quite a sporty look as well. Flat bottom steering wheel, which I know a lot of the Audi people out there like. I like it as well. Virtual cockpit, really straightforward to use. Everything comes up directly in front of the driver, your navigation, your media, your telephone, so the driver doesn't really have to play with the 2 screens that they introduced. So that, again, very good system, very straightforward to use, but you can control things like your ambient lighting that comes down on this gloss black face. You've got it across the dash, so you can actually change that as well depending on what your preference is. Really straightforward. I quite like maritime, but you can change it to red, and that'll change all around the door cards and everything as well. If I pop it into reverse, I'll show you that 360 camera I was talking about. So aerial view, rear view, and 3D, obviously once the door's closed, gives you complete clarity on where you're parking. If you're not too used to driving a big car, that's quite important. Bang & Olufsen, probably one of the industry's most famous sound systems, a very good system at that. Sliding pan roof, not a fixed roof. Some of the Land Rover products and some other products out there come with a fixed roof. On an Audi, it's a sliding roof, quite important when you're in the summer and whatnot. Drive Select will give you different air suspensions depending on where you want it. You can have it in comfort, off-road, dynamic, depending on what you're going to do with this car. It's probably a little bit too good looking to be going off-road, but if you pop it in dynamic, that'll just lower the full car, changes your gearbox as well, makes them a lot more responsive. You've got cruise control, lane keep assist, all the tech and safety systems you would possibly want. But for me, the reason that people look at a Q7 is you get Audi reliability, a lot of spec for your money, and 2, I think they're a good looking car. Good looking 7-seat, you can get all the family, all your friends in, again, without looking out the window and seeing a car that you find boring. Good looking car, especially in a black edition. Very well spec'd, 33,000 miles, it's going live today. So if you're interested about this car, you need some questions answered about your car regarding the value, or even some funding options on how you can buy this, then feel free to give me a shout. My name is Paddy. Any Audi questions, I'll get them answered for you, and I look forward to speaking to you.